Alright, so the goal today is to bring in my gas for my welding tank, or welding gas, whatever you want to call it, bottle, and hopefully move this T6 flange over a little bit and get the turbo mocked up and everything else. So when you go grab this can, bring it on in, get it going. Alright. After the 450 swap, I finally learned how to weld just a little bit better. So definitely pays for itself to have your own welder. Because then that means you can change whatever you want on the fly and waste more money. So, secure. So it doesn't fall down and blow up on me. You guys to say that people in Florida have it easier because they make videos when it's nice and warm outside. Us people here in Ohio, sucks when it's cold and you don't feel like recording yourself. But today it's June and it's 90 degrees at least, and I'm sweating like crazy. So I can't use that excuse no more. But I want to get this done and over with. So once this is done, make the down pipes, charge pipes, get this thing on the road, and we got juice. Alright, plug this bad boy in. There we go. Probably safe to smart to put on a t-shirt rather than burn myself. Some kind of protection, but all right. Some gloves because I'm a little girl when it comes to dirt. I stay as clean as possible. And this footage doesn't come out correct. I apologize. I'm gonna do the best editing that I can. But for now, just enough to get 5 more subscribers. I'm gonna do what I can with what I have. So enjoy it. Alright, so the goal is to take this flange. Well, actually I got my BTR exhaust manifold gaskets I gotta put on. But the goal is to take this flange, move it over just a hair, because whether it's I did get the 115 AR hot side, so it should spool a hell of a lot faster, but this is obviously that pretty damn close, so even though it's not the end of the world, but I can move this another 5 inches forward, so we'll do that and go from there. So let's get that cut out. I forgot a way to put this camera. Let's see. I think this spot here is feasible. I think. Yes, no, maybe. Maybe I should have invested in some mounts. There's like nowhere to really put a camera here. How do you guys do this? With a stand, probably? Huh. If I had a camera crew, they can hold this up for me. But I don't. But if I drag this garbage can over here, take this garbage can. Like so. How's that quality look? Nah, not good at all. It's too far. Alright. For now, we'll just mount this to the fender. Like so. I guess that works. Alright. So the goal is to cut, and locate, and damn, this grill's hot. Okay, so. Yeah, so let's get this gasket out first too. Wow, no more AutoZone crap. Yes, no AutoZone crap. As you can see, this is some legit stuff. Usually I just go to AutoZone grab it, but I figured somebody could send it here just as fast while I deal with everything else that's going on. But what sucks is these aren't provisioned to where I can slide them over the bolts, so I gotta take the damn manifolds off. That one's gonna come off anyway to get welded, but still sucks. So I gotta take them totally off and put it back on. So, anyways. It's 90-degree weather. 1 1.5 car garage, and a big ass boosted Vic in the garage. But can't have fun, can't go racing. Let's do this stuff. So, all right. Here is one. Get this on. So I have to like take these manifolds on and off every 2 seconds. So get this on. And the bolt falls down. Yay. So yeah, entertain as much as possible. But for right now, I'm bolting the manifolds by hand, just through normal everyday tools. Loosen this one up, slide the gasket on, get the bolts on. Slow but steady process. And these are down manifold side, so yep, these ones started. So I can keep this bolt in line. I think it died, but I guess you guys are back on. But it sounded like it died and it's hard to back on, so I guess it's fine. We'll see what happens. This one is fully charged, but I haven't looked yet. So there, 2 more bolts. Second away. 2 more bolts. Where are you? 2 more bolts. Oh boy, oh boy. Let's get out the magnet tool. Look for these 2 bolts. And of course, I do not see it hit the floor, so there goes 1. Alright, there's 1. Still 1 more missing. I don't know or see where that one went. Lordy, lordy, lord. I'm about to spend a little long just putting these manifolds on. Jeez. Alright, well, the 5,000 swaps, I'm sure I got one loose around here somewhere. Let's see. see. That can't be the only one that keeps 1,000 bolts laying around, right? What was that? Pipe. Alright, these are pretty common bolts. I've done this swamp enough to where it should just jump out and say gotcha. And should. So it's not. You would think I have more than one set of these bolts. Then again, I just take the stuff apart and put it back together. Different swaps, so I don't. Yes, I know, it's not clean. But trust me, I know where everything's at. Ah, there we go. See? That's how you know an exhaust manifold bolt matches. Alright. Alright, and that's all of them on there. Kind of zip them on. Yeah, this one has a flange, so I don't have to worry about it. The other side has it, but I gotta weld it on. And then I can lock those in. Ah! GoPro just fell off its hickory dick. Okay. Let's try to zip these on a little faster. Alright. Now for the big boy. Lock these in. Always make a second pass. I always felt that log manifold wasn't as secure as this was, so kind of happy I went back to this because I feel more comfortable. I'm gonna put these back on just for aesthetics. Plus, these don't necessarily hit the spark plugs as bad as that log manifold did. And it wasn't right up against this heater hose either, so that was always reassuring. Alright. Bolt down the oil dipstick with my little pipe spacer in the bolt. And it works. 15mm. You still recording? Alright. Alright. Moving along. Yeah, this bracket's off of a coil bracket's off of a front-wheel drive 5.3 Impala SS when I attempted to make an all-wheel drive twin engine Crown Vic. And I quickly gave up on that, so I gotta change that bracket here soon. But for most time, should be fine.
Look, I do now. I finished.
Huh?
I finished cleaning my room.
Alright, so now let's get over to this side. There we go. Get over to this side. Weld on that V-band. And then cut off all this extra crap, relocate this. So I don't know how that turns. That was easy. I didn't weld this off. I'm not gonna bolt it. Just gonna do that. couple little tack welds. See? Beautiful, isn't it? Alright, let's get that tool. Let's take this over here. Actually, before I step on all this crap, let's get somewhat organized. So yeah, 115, 132. Really isn't that huge of a difference, but enough to where hopefully I should see a little better spool performance. But crazy, it's not that much of a difference. Where does it even say 115? Does it even say it on there? That says 1567. It's definitely smaller, but it's really hard to tell like how much smaller. Like obviously it goes in a lot more, but it really is hard to tell which one's smaller now that I'm looking at it. But 115, 132. Guess we'll find out if it makes a difference or not. Alright, where's ish? Alright. I'm gonna go and get these bolts off. You got 2, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I guess I borrowed one. These will have 3 and 3, 6. So I guess I borrowed one from over there to this side. That's why. Alright, lesson learned. Alright. You go back here. So the viewers can see what I'm doing. Ah, we broke again. Okay. Alright, you guys are getting put down for a second. Hold on. Alright, trying to get the best view for you guys, but I guess on my toolbox with the drawer sticking out might be the best suitable view for now. So get this welding glasses on. Let's get this cords over here. And start welding. There's always some stupid cord that wants to get tangled up in here. Okay. You can go here. You can go here. That should be good enough ground. You can get powered on. Well, actually, power you on here. I promise, I'm usually more organized. That's hot. Yeah, I'll try to make it more pleasant for y'all viewers. So, there you go. Otherwise, it would have been over by now. Settings. Gas. Too fast. Slow down. All right. guys thought those would be popcorn wells, huh? I can weld sometimes. You get the hang of it after a couple thousand swaps. Whew. Us tropical people love the heat, but man, it's hot. Yeah, rotation, rotate. Woo! Almost done. Okay. Yeah, that's part of the suction that goes in the shoe. Alright. My way to verify got no leaks is find a flashlight. And it's still recording, so we're good. Okay. Flashlight buddy always does the trick. That's why I like to make sure I got no holes in my pipes. Okay. Now, you put that one back in. Put the gaskets in. And go from there. And of course, I have to move you guys around. What we can do here is and this is what I had you guys on for now. So who needs a GoPro stand when you can just do this? Watch. This will go here, like so. This will go here. And that should give you guys a great view of what I'm not supposed to do. Okay. Alright, I'm grab a manifold. Double check whales. It looks pretty good for me. Alright. Manifold gasket. Okay. Put this down here for now. Grab this. Be careful, don't get burnt like I always do. Then we can grab our manifold gasket, make sure it's aiming in the right spot. Down. Line up the bolts and the holes. Simplest thing about these LSs, especially these Crown Vics. Stupid easy to put into. And all the room in the world. Do whatever you want to do.
I finished my room.
Oh my gosh.
Have this with us.
I think my GoPro is set to stop recording every 8 minutes. So I'm going to combine a lot of these videos probably. This is the fun part. Summertime, it's hot. So still got a Crown Vic, still together. I think because the sun is right on it, keeps showing on my GoPro. Who knows? Battery's fully charged and it's got room, I believe, on the SD card. The GoPro's at least 4 years old. But anyways, manifold's on, gasket's in. Now. Well, it's recording. Try it again. You on? So far? Okay. Manifold's on. Plugs are in. Now to cut this down pipe again. The way this was before. Like so. GoPro's acting stupid. This is kind of where it's gonna land. Obviously, goes the turbo right up top. Clears the hood when I close it. Pretty much out of sight. Will be a little more straight and aligned. Obviously, it's kind of just held in my one zip tie for now. So for the most part, this will work. I am gonna work on getting that other V-band or other exhaust pipe from there. Go from there. Might have to rework it a little bit, but it should be pretty close. Take a little hammer to the side and it should clear just fine. So we'll see how that goes. Or raise up just another hair, but either or, we'll see. And I can always take a beating to the frame rail right there just to give it that extra centimeter or two. So I guess it should have helped. I just took off the damn whole manifold or the whole turbo kit that's on there. Just kind of bring it down a little bit. And that's not working like I planned. So, loosen this up some more. This one back here. It really should not be that hard. Let's try this other way. Let's try to first actually take it off on this side of the hot side. And I'll just weld on the other manifold. So I got to weld on the flange or the V-band to that side. So never notice these flanges or V-bands don't come off when I want them. But when you don't want them to, they'll come off easy. Like when you're making a pull on the highway. Alright. That's off. That should be a lot easier now to get to. Put this one here. Let's grab these bolts. Okay. I guess it might help if I put the camera over here. You guys can see what I'm doing. So, hopefully this gets a good view. Yeah, somewhat. You guys can deal with that view for now. I'll get better as I go. But always working on cars, always doing something stupid. Sometimes the same build, sometimes totally different, wild, stupid builds, rolling month. Figure why not just try to record it. If anybody gets something out of it, my kids can watch it and laugh at me and say, damn, this is what he was doing the whole time. Alright, that was a quick second. Okay, so maybe I should just cut this off too. But again, it works. Not reusing a whole bunch of crap, but enough to where I'm reusing. So, but yeah, this is the garbage that runs mid-9s, low 10s. It works. And that's when I weld and save. So, I don't have any new flanges or new V-bands. I'm not gonna go looking for one and buy a new one just yet. No reason to get it. For now, weld all this around, put it back in the car, and mock up the rest of it and go from there. Took a little breather, but alright. I really gotta figure out a way with these cameras, or with this camera. Go from there. Actually, we could just take it out of here and put it on top of something and make it closer. Yeah, okay. Everybody in the world is right now hearing you ask me for Skittles.
Huh?
Everybody in the world right now is asking you to hear me for Skittles.
Huh?
You know the camera I told you about earlier, I'm recording?
Oh.
So everybody in the world right now is hearing that, so we'll just leave that in because, you know.
I didn't see it.
I already told you guys. No candy till later on tonight. So for the 13th time, the answer is no. And mind you, I grew up living next to a corner store that we owned. Literally, the doorway would walk into the store and then walk back into the house. So when I was little, I used to always take candy from the store. Sorry, Dad. Okay, that should be good enough. Zip these on. Nope, wrong way. Let's get out the big boy so I can zip these on a whole lot faster. So I can be done right away. Whatever you guys do, do not use the impact under your exhaust manifolds like I do. 35 foot-pounds of torque on it. Or 2 ooga doogas. Alright, that should be good. Time it down by hand. And I can safely say if the manifolds are on for good. That's too big. The goal is just to get this hot side position exactly where I want the turbo. Get that done with today. And tomorrow, make the down pipe going out the fender, or front bumper cover, whatever you want to call it. And then see, I'll just throw it up. All right, excuse the coloring here. A long day outside in the yard doing yard work and whatnot, but us tropical people usually don't turn red. We usually just get tanned. But back again, trying to get our videos up and going on YouTube and record every little shenanigan crap I do with all the extra swaps and whatnot, and gonna give it another round or two and go from there. Obviously, we're back at it again. Another Crown Vic swapped with an LS motor. This one's got a 4080 in it. It was together, obviously, past video I posted, but I've noticed that I had a log manifold. I always wanted to try out the log manifold, and pretty cool set up and everything looked clean. Had a obviously pipe wrap around from underneath the car back up top to the log manifold, and it's set right here, and obviously close to all the wires, close to everything else, kind of heated up too much. And the other annoying part was it had a big 180 loop the pipe that went all the way around, another 90 degree going down, and a 90 degree going out the front bumper. And everybody knows me, I like to recycle and save as much crap as I can, and reuse and re-weld and weld and reuse over and over again, as you can see. So this time I clean things up, get rid of some stuff, and I want to make this setup a lot cleaner and neater. So the goal is to take my S475 turbo and plunk it right here, so this way it flows out the driver's side or passenger side exhaust. Obviously one little 90 straight down and out the fender, a little more cleaner, a little more organized. Before I had this big 6-inch on-3 intercooler. I had it up top, located right here in front of the radiator, and obviously the radiator was a whole lot closer. So got some couplers to extend this. Got to get another coupler, put it right here, and I'll have all that room for the turbo. And then I can obviously clean up the sides, put all this wiring that is supposed to go for the factory back underneath the fender. Take my fuse box that's really not accessible if something was to pop, and put it back up top here is my plan. And hopefully clean up this engine bay a lot better. And again, the more wiring over here, move it up to the inner fender well, and go from there. And you know, I was trying to avoid having to cut a front bumper and have it as stealth as possible, but I still have a fender exhaust, so it's never going to be a stealth car. And it's kind of the plan with it now is just actually put the S475 with, this is a 132 exhaust side AR. So I'm waiting for a buddy of mine to bring me a 115 and hopefully kind of allow this to spool a lot sooner. And I don't recall this taking a while to spool, but again, it's just a 5.3, just a, you know, decent tuning here. I think the best this setup has ran was a 10.1 or 10.0, I forgot, and that was just for breaking it. So plan is to get that up there, and hopefully we'll spool. Right now I think at 3100 it makes 2 pounds when I'm leaving, so hopefully I can get boost a lot sooner with a smaller exhaust side, and with the piping a lot cleaner, and definitely hopefully no leaks, because it will be a lot simpler with this stuff than the log manifold, and go from there. So that's kind of the plan. But yeah, this is one of thousands of Crown Vics I put together again. So TCI shifter, obviously pretty much interior stock. I gutted the dash. Rear doors are gutted for extra lightweight, so it looks like fiberglass doors, obviously. So it's pretty good. Seats are in, obviously still. Seat belts are there, fire extinguisher. Fuel cell in the back. And only the rear window, side windows are tinted, that's it. Front two are not. So, but yeah, I'm gonna try my best to hang on to this one. So far it's been 2 months. That's a pretty long time for me. And go from there. It is for sale on Marketplace, but you know how that goes. People like to ask a million questions and want it for cheap. So, but for the meantime, I should be getting that together, and then hopefully get it on the road and get it going. And for the most part, it should idle, run, and drive pretty good. I'm going to replace some of these hoses. I went for the catch can because this is how close the turbo was to it, and just heat it up. So for the most part, I think it'll be okay. Waiting on gaskets for this to come in from manifolds, and just start again, clean up some of this wiring, put all this back up underneath the fender well, and clean it up in a whole lot better, and probably even move my overflow jug somewhere over here or maybe underneath this header. But yeah, get that coupler going. 90 for the intercooler piping, and that should clean up a whole lot better. Look good. I might have to move this back or forward to the driver's side about another 2 inches. As of right now, the hot side is right up against this belt. I don't want to damage or mess it up, so I'm going to try to avoid that. And yeah, looking forward to definitely clean up some of this wiring and make it more pleasant to the eyes. You know, show car quality. You know how we like it around here, us backyard mechanics. You know, so and once all that's together and drivable and good, I can then finally clean up some of this crap and throw away some of this junk, because I've had pipes, and Kevin's going to shoot me if I bring him another intercooler pipe, because again, that's been welded time and time again. So going to get rid of some stuff and get some new piping in here. But yeah, this is all junk, and luckily I still have 8 feet of 4-inch exhaust that's clean right there. Another little bend right there that I can probably use. That'd be perfect, actually. Yeah, that would be perfect for the downpipe, I think. Let's see. Yeah, that should be perfect. That's another 4 feet, 5 feet right there. So, but yeah, all the shenanigans, all the swaps. I can go through all this crap, start cleaning up, throw away junk, and go from there. And here goes some more junk that's been welded time and time again. So I gotta stop being a pack rat and saving this crap, because it gets old after a while. And yeah, everything else is pretty much together and looking good. So once the turbo's on, you can do the downpipe, wideband, intercooler piping, and should be good to go from there. So that'll be the plan. And then probably cut the front bumper and put some ABS around it, so this can act like a nice little air duct and keep the front bumper clean and clear. Finish welding that bar in place that's holding that up. And what else? Probably make a little front bumper reinforcement support just to kind of protect the intercooler a little bit, possibly, if I need to. Or if I just do some bumping, you know. Maybe even police push bar might help. We'll see. But surprisingly, that came out pretty straight. Pretty leveled, so kind of happy that fitment is not too low. And again, the front springs aren't cut. I normally cut these front springs, kind of drop it another ½ inch or an inch or so. The rears are definitely cut. I haven't done these yet. I'm gonna wait till I get some front skinnies on here, then I'll probably cut them, but shouldn't be too low. I think the oil pan's still lowest point back there, but and yeah, there's still Holley Terminator X. It's not controlling the transmission. I have one of those Jake's manual boxes in here that allow me to manually shift the trans, so kind of fun to drive. But yeah, nothing beats LS Swap Turbo Crown Vic. So fun cars, built to last, run good, especially with the LS. I mean, they drop right in place. Nothing more simpler than that. So clean up some wiring, finish the turbo. Hopefully the housing fits perfect once I get it in here, because this is a 96 millimeter exducer wheel, I guess you can call it, exhaust wheel. So as long as that fits the circumference of the new 115 outside, should be good to go. And then do some maintenance and get it on the road hopefully soon again. And yeah, hopefully hang out this one. So, but yeah, the goal is to try to get some more content out there, get this going again, and start getting some other projects going. I always wanted to mess with a 4G63, and definitely want to mess with one of those Vortec inline 6 that come out the Trailblazer. So that could go in here, or it could go into another car that I might get. We'll see. But if it goes in here, that would definitely be, I think, the first Crown Vic with the inline 6 from a Vortec. So I've had a 2JZ in one of these, or in 4 of these Crown Vics. I had 2 JZs in them. That was fun. That was cool. Obviously, the 4G63s are too damn small and look ridiculous in this big ass engine bay. But the 2JZ was pretty damn cool and pretty fun, but definitely too expensive. But this is already in here. Plans to leave it in here. Make it quick. I think the best I've ever been with an LS setup was 9.6 at 141. So I can easily get there. I know the setup. I know what I need to do. I know what it takes to get there. So, yeah, should be good to go. But yeah, I'm gonna try to stick to producing some more content, getting out there, and keeping a schedule, and go from there. I've always had comments from people saying, "Hey, man, how come you ain't posting anymore?" So we'll try. But I commend the guys that hold these cameras up and post videos, because it's a pain trying to hold the camera, work on the car, set a GoPro, and all that stuff. But we'll see how it comes out. So stay tuned. Alright, been messing with this thing for a good 2.5 hours straight right after I got off work. But I can say it's a little better. One pipe come right off of there, a little more easier to connect. Go over those welds, finishing on the other side of it too later on or tomorrow. It did come a little too close. I did lower it down a little bit. It did come a little too close to the frame, but that's those little humps, I guess, for impact reasons. I can always notch it out, hammer it in, whatever. But for the most part, should be good. Again, turbo still right up top, down pipe out the fender, nice and straight. Hopefully no roll bends, and a lot cleaner. And cold side should run straight down and right into that big 3.5 inch, I think it is. Yeah, 3.5 inch intercooler inlet, outlet same, and straight up. It should be a whole lot cleaner. So that's the plan for that. And call it a night for now. Had too many welds dropping in my socks. So, all right, that's a wrap for today. All right, since the GoPro took a dump, I feel like I had to record this for you guys. You guys are gonna be proud. There was my flange. And this was what was going to be on the back of that hot side that I was just redoing. Put a bolt in there, figure fill the gap, but it got too stupid. And I was like, you know what? This needs to be showroom quality. So after, was that 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 pipes and 10,000 different welds, just cut it off and junk. Not worth it. So gonna take this flange and finish up this hot side, because it's literally the last piece. And you connect, and trying to do this with taking my sweaty wet gloves off and putting them back on and record and take up this camera. But yeah, that little connection shouldn't be too bad. So I got a couple pre-bends in here somewhere laying around already, so hopefully something like this will work just fine. We'll find out here in a second.